Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise.
And I just got up from the most peculiar nap. I don't even remember
Look up at the ceiling.
going to sleep.
Good. You will hear
But I seem to have woken up in this strange room.
Good.
I gotta do what the computer voice tells me to. I feel life always goes a little smoother when you do what the computer voice tells you to do. Oh, frame painting on the wall. This here? What is this? Arts.
You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art.
Oh, I gotta wait for the buzzer. There it was. It's a nice mountain, contemplative little log cabin.
Staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance.
I don't know that I actually... Ah, there we go. The smooth jazz. Oh, God! No, seriously though, where am I? This is, you know what? I'm going back to bed. I'll see you guys in the next Let's Play series.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 9999999.
Hello? Anyone in there?
I'm in here, yeah, but I'm gonna go look at the art. It's part of my morning routine now. Is there a UFO up there now? Or is that E.T. flying in front of the moon?
Are you gonna open this door?
Listen,
It's fairly urgent.
door guy. Oh, you, yes. Floating eyeball. The last thing I remember
Are you okay?
is going over some old Let's Play footage
I'm absolutely sure you're fine.
for the montage video that should be up on the channel now, actually, is if I have my upload schedule correct. And I was going through some old footage and reminiscing about some old series that I recorded and that I enjoyed, and some that I didn't enjoy. Wow, there's a lot of bad old stuff on my channel back in the day. But, ooh, okay, you're breaking my room now. You gotta be careful with that, buddy.
You alright down there?
But
Can you hear me?
one series that I did a long time ago now is I recorded a game called Portal. It's a little obscure. You guys might not have heard of it, but I called it the perfect video game in the sense that it's the only video game that I can recall that doesn't really have any flaws. Like, if you have to think really hard to think about something that is wrong or bad with Portal. And it made me want to play the sequel immediately. So I put down what I was doing, and I plugged in my controller, and here we are, playing the sequel. Let's go ahead and do what the eyeball says. Gotta listen to this eyeball.
You just jumped. But never mind. Say
I have a shelf. The top shelf of my video game shelf, all my old console games sit, that looks older and older with each passing year, because I realize with each year, I'm adding fewer and fewer games to it in this brave new world of digital distribution. But the top shelf of it is for, I have a small collection of just like characters, like stuffed animals and little action figures and things. And I've got one of Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, and I have one of the Powerpuff Girls up there, and I actually have E.T., come to think of it, and a wing cap Mario that I must have had since high school. Well, up there I've actually got a very handsome stuffed Wheatley. Oh, there he is, on my shelf. What a good group picture that is. Beautiful. And don't ask me to let's play Donkey Kong. That's not happening. Portal 2 is... I'm gonna say two things that are gonna sound like they contradict each other. Okay? First of all, Portal 2 is not a perfect game in the way that Portal 1 was. It's not flawless. Whereas Portal 1, I can't think of any kind of technical or even subjective like aesthetic criticism. The game is just perfect. It's just so solid. Portal 2 is not perfect, but I do like it better than the first game. And it sounds like those two statements do contradict each other. But hey, you know what? For one thing, this game is a lot longer than Portal 1, so we're going to have a lot of time to try to conflate those two statements and find where the truth of it lies. We're going to have a lot of time to just talk over Wheatley as he goads us going through the game here.
That is not a docking station. So there's one mystery solved.
This game is broken up into, I think, 9 or maybe 10 chapters. I don't really remember. And each chapter deals with a set of puzzles plus the connective tissue between the puzzles. And the connective tissue is what's new in Portal 2. It's the Portal 1, you basically just had Portal Challenge after Portal Challenge, rapid fire, until about the halfway point in the game where you kind of escape from... Nope, and we've landed back down in...
And again, welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center.
The toilet does not flush now. Let's play Ruined. We still need to put this clipboard in there. Come on, clipboard. In the toilet. There you go. And we got to take our tunes with us. The tunes which are not playing. So it's been a while since we've been here in the Enrichment Center. But the connective tissue between the actual puzzles in this game is where I feel like most of the criticism of Portal 2 lies. Oh, we're also not wearing a full-body jumpsuit anymore. We've ditched the jumpsuit. Now we're just wearing a t-shirt and some orange pants. Let's get to work. I think these first few puzzles are actually just remixed from the original game. Like picking the block up and putting it down on the button here. GLaDOS, of course, is dead, so we just have some kind of pre-recorded announcer guy is going to walk us through all of this. He's going to be our companion until we hook back up with Wheatley, the floating blue eyeball guy. So yeah, I do like this game more, but the actual puzzles, I feel there's more puzzle components that can work together in interesting ways, and the ways that they combine and remix these components make for a much more compelling puzzle experience. There are more puzzles as well. Where's the other? It is. There are... Now we gotta go in here, right? Yeah, there we go. There are more puzzles just overall. It's just a bigger game. There are more big puzzles, like puzzles with multiple steps, whereas Portal 1 was made up of a lot of puzzle rooms where like you completed one part of the room and then moved on to the next part of the room. This game has more puzzles with multiple steps, like things you have to set up all at once, and then kind of Rube Goldberg them together at the end to make the whole puzzle solution work. It's a lot more satisfying to me. And there are fewer timing challenges, like fewer reflex challenges in this game. There were only a couple reflex challenges in Portal 1. They usually dealt with you like being launched into the air and then only having a couple seconds to aim your portal gun at a particular part on the wall, which was fine, but felt kind of janky on an actual gamepad, which is my preferred way to play these games. This game has less of an emphasis on those kinds of puzzles, which I prefer, but it's the connective tissue between the puzzles.
There should be a portal device on that post.
There is a portal device. Ugh. Hi, I'm not dead. I am mute though, so I'm just let you yammer while I move on. The connective tissue between the puzzle areas kind of helps to pace the game out a little bit, but at the same time, it can feel boring, because there's not really a lot to do in the connective tissue areas other than just kind of find where to put your portals so you can move on. So a lot of these areas they feel kind of reminiscent of a bad Legend of Zelda dungeon, if that makes sense. Think of like the bad Zelda dungeons where all you're really doing is just kind of looking around, wandering aimlessly, looking for the next thing to push. Some of the connective tissue in this game can feel like that. So I do see that criticism of the game, and it does keep this game from feeling perfect. But overall, I do think it's the better game, and I do appreciate it more. I actually purchased this game on PlayStation 3. When this game came out, I had not yet made the full jump from console gamer to PC gamer. Although, in truth, I play on everything. Like, I've got all the consoles and everything, despite my protestations. Which does make my old game shelf kind of weird, because I've got all these old dusty GameCube cases, and then like a layer of PlayStation cases, and then two just brand spanking new Nintendo Switch cases sitting up there. What are we doing here? We just need to get this box. Oh, I wanted to appreciate the smooth jazz a little bit. I was grooving there. I was grooving, but the game didn't want to groove with me. Oh, well. But yeah, I did buy this on the PlayStation 3 at first. And the deal at the time, the reason I went with PlayStation 3 is that it came with a Steam code, basically. If you played the game on the PlayStation, or if you bought the game on the PlayStation, you got a PC code along with it. And I was like, oh, so I can buy it on the PlayStation, which is kind of where I prefer to have it anyway. And then I can just get it on Steam later if I want it, which is where I have what I have now, obviously. And we're just going to fall straight down here. Boom! This room actually is right out of Portal 1. I think all of these early test chambers actually are. They're just remixed versions of the very beginning of Portal 1, kind of showing you that everything's broken and old and terrible now. Where are we going? This is kind of what I mean, like connective tissue. Like, where do we got to go now? Oh, how about through this door? How about through the obvious door right in front of you, Brickroad, to the elevator? My goodness. Because when this game came out, it's actually 2 games. You have the single-player campaign, which is what I'm going to be Let's Playing for you guys, and it's longer than the first game, and it's more satisfying, and has, I think, a more outstanding ending. I'm in the minority opinion on this, but both games end with a great, catchy song, and I think Portal 2 has the better song. But there's also a multiplayer campaign, where you play 2 players. Ooh, this is the first test chamber where we can die. Okay, so we need to get a block over there. Let's see, where's my... Oh, it's just going to come out of the wall behind me there. Let's zoom in and... Can I... On the floor there? There we go. You play 2-player, and each player has different colors of portal guns. Like, one has 2 shades of blue, and the other has 2 shades of red. And I need another block. What's this do? Oh, I see. We need to... That. That way, it doesn't fall in the pit. I've played the co-op levels with a buddy of mine, a good friend, Tier McDole, several years ago. It's on his YouTube channel. I will put a link to that in a YouTube card if that feature still exists. It's up in the top corner right now if you want to go check out that series where we play through that. But my plan at the time was, oh, well, if I buy the PlayStation 3 version and get a Steam download code, then I have greater access to more people online that can play the co-op with me. And then Sony got hacked. Do you remember that? You remember the big PlayStation 3 hack that happened? And so the PlayStation Network was offline for a good long time, several weeks. And I couldn't go online to get my Steam code or whatever. We need to fling out. Where are we going to fling from? I guess from up there. So we just got to jump down the hole here, right? Yeah. Part of what you needed to do in order to get the Steam code online... Oh, now the box... I got to come with the box. Hold on. You, box, go. We're going together. We're in this together, my friend. There we go. Part of what you had to do to get your Steam code redeemed is sign into PlayStation Network, so you could prove that you bought the game on PlayStation. It had like a little, like an inset code inside the box, like a thing with a thing on it. But I couldn't do that because PlayStation Network was down, so I didn't get to play the multiplayer for a good long time, actually. So now we're going to go down there and come out here and go all the way over there, just for funsies. Ah, there we go. Now do we have to do it again? We have a block. What are we going to do with this block? We're going to put the block on that button over there, I think. Is that the haps? Where are we putting a portal surface? Down. I guess we could just come out the top up here, right? This is just teaching us that you don't always place your portal in a very conspicuous spot. Like sometimes just high up on a wall will get the job done. Oh, but we can't actually orient the orange portal. We want to make sure that we jump down into it from... There we go. Perfect. I feel like it's a lot easier to drop your blocks in Portal 1 when you go through holes like that. And one more jump should do the trick. Haha. See, I was denied the multiplayer in Portal 2 for a good long while. Excuse me?
Future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, bold,
I guess I am simple-minded because I'm getting the congratulatory speech.
Please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better.
There we go.
For testing.
Yeah, I got the congratulatory speech, even though I screwed up the puzzle. So, it was actually, I think, a month or two. Like, PSN was down for a long time after that hack. But I have now played the campaign repeatedly, and I've played the co-op levels over and over. And I'm playing it on Steam now. This is like the PC version, which is just my preferred way to play games now, as opposed to 1996 when this game first came out. So... Oh, hey, it's Wheatley.
Oh, brilliant! You did find a portal gun. Oh,
yeah, I sure did. I'm gonna play with this portal the whole time you're talking to me.
People with brain damage are the real heroes in the end, aren't they? At the end of the day.
He's not wrong about the brain damage thing. I mean, I've been in cryostasis or whatever for 99999.
Just pop a portal right behind me there and come on through to the other side.
Yep, that's what we're gonna do next. Here we go.
Okay, listen. Let me lay something on you here. It's pretty heavy. They told me never.
This sounds important. I probably should not talk over this point. Oh yeah, I mean look at the subtitles there. He's gonna die.
I would die. But we're out of options here.
Okay.
So get
I
ready.
mean I can't put a portal underneath you. The game designers thought of that.
The moment I pop off this thing.
Yes, I'm gonna catch you. Don't worry. Yeah, I got you, buddy.
1, 2.
Yep.
3.
Nope,
That's
wait,
high.
well.
It's too high, isn't it? Really, that. All right, going on 3.
I don't even have an orange portal to play with.
Let's go on 1 this time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ready? 1. Catch me! Catch me! Catch me! Catch me! Ow!
Gotcha.
Ow!
Hey, I caught you. That was your fault. I caught you with my face.
I'm not dead. Plug me into that stick on the wall over there, yeah, and I'll show you.
What
something.
stick on the
You'll be
wall?
impressed
Oh,
by
this stick on the wall. Here you go. Now he's gonna be like, I'm naked. Look away from me. Okay, go ahead and be naked. Whatever you got to do, naked floating
Seriously,
eyeball
I'm
man.
not joking. Could you just turn around for a second?
I'm literally not facing you.
All right, you can turn around now.
Okay.
Bam! Secret panel. But open while your back was turned, and off we go.
Off we go. Okay.
Look at this.
So,
No rail to tell us where
this
to
is
go.
an example of some of the connecting tissue I was talking about. How we'll just kind of wander around for a while Wheatley talks. The first time you play the game, this is all super interesting because you get a lot of character moments from Wheatley and later on from another character who you get to carry around in the same manner.
Keep moving, keep moving.
And they really went all out as far as having really funny text and dialogue, and there's actually a pretty good story to this game. You can really get into it. But none of it is skippable because it's all this in-engine cutscene kind of stuff. And you guys know how I feel about cutscenes, so your second and third and 50th time through the game, the connective tissue can get a little wearying.
I don't want to go in there. Don't go in there. She's off. She's off. Don't panic.
She is off because somebody blew her up.
There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was, honestly.
Yeah, I'll say.
Romania.
Let me tell you about some neurotoxin that we had fun with once. So this is the arena where we murdered GLaDOS in the first game. That's what's left over there.
Where absolutely nothing happened. And then there's us escaping now. So
let's just get out of here. And here's the incinerator that we dropped her into. I kind of wish I could drop Wheatley into the incinerator. But anyway, all we need to do is plug what he's saying we need to do. There's a lot of reasons why this won't work. But what he's saying we need to do is plug him into the machine that GLaDOS was originally attached to that put her in control of the Aperture Science facility. And having done that, he will be able to help us escape. So, this is a great plan that cannot possibly go wrong.
Not interested in anything else. Don't touch anything else. Don't even look at anything else.
You have to wait for him to talk about this entire paragraph before it lets you plug him into the device. Well, all I want to do is like, go into the device, plug yourself in.
You understand? Can you see it anywhere?
I cannot. Lots of switches.
Tell you what,
should we start turning on switches? Oh, there you go. Now I can plug you in. Okay. Now I can shoot my portal gun.
That's God. It's quoting God.
My favorite writer is God.
Ominous. but probably fine, as long as it doesn't start, you know, moving up.
I read the Bible twice in my life, cover to cover. The first time when I was a young child, and we went to church twice a week. And I basically just wanted to impress the other peoples at my church. So I read the whole Bible. I didn't understand most of it. And then I read it again much later as an adult, after I realized I was an atheist and not actually a Christian anymore. And I read the Bible again, and a lot of it horrified me. So the fact that Wheatley is quoting God here is a little unnerving. Speaking of unnerving, this is, and also speaking of God, I guess, I'm gonna have a drink here, Wheatley, while you talk your way out of this.
It's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been?
Well, you know, I've been napping
I've been really
over in the,
busy being dead.
what was it, the hotel wing? Like a filing cabinet for human bodies?
Oh no! No!
And crack. Ugh.
Okay, look, we both
You
said
just
a lot of
feel
things
that
you're going to
crack
but
right
I feel
there.
we can
Ah,
put our differences
poor Wheatley.
behind us,
And that's it for Wheatley. We'll never see him again.
you monster.
So,
I will say though that since
now
you
the
had
game
all
begins in
trouble of
earnest.
waking me up, you must really love to test. I love it too. There's just one small thing we need to take care of first.
oh good. Down the tube. I do so love tubes.
Shoutouts to Ian Diaz, who sponsored this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.